Brothers can't F with Kiss, I'm meaning that. Had to stop eating red meat cause I ate too many Beanie Macs. If you don't know, that's Jada Kiss on featuring DMX, RIP to one of the GOATs. And if you know the bar I just referenced, you know Bean said things to the liking of, brother, dig this. I'm about to sun kiss like a soda and make Jay to the moi put his lips on his nine and really kiss the game goodbye. Insane. What, 2000, maybe 99? I want to say about 2000. That's when all these records came out. And if you can really recall, like, Beans first came on the scene on the Dynasty album. I believe he was really introduced on the Jay-Z track, which I think was from Volume 3. Put Your Hands Up. 1 a.m. on my way to the club, all of that. And Beans had, I think, the second verse, and he rocked it. And then Dynasty album came out not too far along after that. And you had Jay, Beans, Bleak, and Emil. And they had some joints on there, man. Like the Dynasty album. I bought the Dynasty album from Sam's Club. And I was mad because it was edited. That's when I learned Walmart / Sam's Club only sell edited music. But I still enjoyed it. Like, I banged that Dynasty album crazy. Great production, great bars, etc. All the good things. But to bring it home, like, that's when we learned about Beans. But I guess just brewing just because of competitive hip hop. Jada Kiss dropped his debut solo album, I want to say around 99, 2000. I can't recall the exact year, but I know that was the second album I ever purchased with my actual money. Like, went into the store and bought a physical album. The first was Marshall Mathers LP. I was just at that age. Mom's had a BMG account, I believe it was, where you could buy like 100 CDs for $40 or something crazy. So we've been getting CDs, like we've been had all the music, but I first bought my first album in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania during a family reunion. I believe it was summer of whatever that year where Eminem dropped his second album at a FYE, I believe. Y'all don't even know about that. That's way back. And the dude at the register was telling my mom, like, hey, this is really explicit. Like, I don't know. And he was really doing the right thing because Eminem was wilding on that album. Like, that was a whole nother level. But I say all that to say, to bring it back home, Jada Kiss, that was the second album I bought at Northlake Mall in Atlanta I forgot the name of the store. But, man, I love that Jada album. I love that Jada album. He had a lot of good tracks on there. Put Your Hands Up. I sell bucks like Milwaukee. I get bucks like Milwaukee because, like Sam, I can sell. I'm that. Y'all know that. Easy on the man. I can't remember all the bars, but back then, yeah, that was one of the verses I just knew back to back to back to back. But I say all that to say, being a Rough Rider fan, you know, DMX was one of the hottest, if not the hottest artist at that time. And being a Jay-Z / Rockefeller fan, because Jay-Z was doing his thing, Bleak was doing his thing, Emil, Beans is on the scene. Like, all these things are coming together. I loved Rockefeller and Rough Riders. And arguably two of the best rappers out of that camp, or out of those camps. Like, if you collect, ranking MCs is unfair because of the styles, but I think we all know Beans and Kiss is just two of the best rappers of all time. So we don't have to get into all the mechanics, but they was two of the top gunners on Rockefeller and on Rough Riders. So to know they were going at each other when it started happening, like you didn't really hear it. If you listen to that We Gonna Make It, the third verse, when Kiss is doing his dolo thing, he, like the last half of that verse, if not that whole verse, I think that whole verse is about beans from what it sounds like. But I'll never forget when that DJ Clue freestyle dropped. Beans on the Put Your Hands Up freestyle, where he said he was sun kissed like a soda. Now, I say all that to say this. Oskino from Rockefeller, shout out to Oskino, State Prop and all that. He said he gave Beans the sun kissed like a soda bar. And I'd be a liar to say that wasn't the hottest bar from that diss record. Like, he had some other joints like Sweeter Than a Hershey Kiss. Let's see. Like, there's bars in there, but I rock bells like L. I ain't cannabis. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Okay, tech make you do a 360. Got gats that the government's got. Something, is you thugging or not? So he's flipping. We gonna make it. That's cool. And there's a lot of other bars in here, but the sun kissed like a soda. If you was around back then when that beef was really what it was, when you heard sun kiss like a soda, you was like, oh, wow, he's about to sun kiss like a soda. It makes me draw into question that diss record, because I think we call that diss record, like what we call that beef, rap beef, if you want to call it. I don't think they really had issues for real, but back then, if you had issues for real. But it feels like as time went on in history, we decided that was a draw. I believe that was the consensus. Jada versus Beans was a draw. I believe more Jada's bars were in songs, on albums, on projects. Beans had the freestyle. I'm sure he threw shots in other songs, but we called it a draw because neither artist severely damaged the other artist, if that makes sense. Really, I think their aura amplified from the back and forth because it was like, yo, these are two of the hottest spitters. They two of the fan favorites just because of the music they do, how they do it, etc. This is one of the most beneficial back and forths, I think, in rap history. But the sun kissed like a soda, if O really gave Beans the sun kissed like a soda bar, I don't know. I might be inclined to go back and say Kiss won that. And I know that sounds shaky to base it off of one bar, but back then, especially with a bar as witty as about the sun kiss like a soda, like that's an advanced bar. I personally don't even think Jada's best diss bars were in this beef. Like, really, he had the best bars for 50. If you listen to, who was it? I'm an Animal was good, but there's one with him and Styles P, with Kiss and P. It was Problem Child. Problem Child's really a top 5 diss to me, pretty much. We'll do another breakdown of the top 5 diss songs. Maybe it's top 10, I don't know, but they was going crazy at 50. P, they both went insane. Needless to say, let me know what y'all think. I mean, if Beans really got that bar from Oskino, that is, state prop, chain gang, does that change the validity of the tie? Like, does it actually make Jada Kiss the winner? Because that Sun Kiss Like a Soda bar was so impactful. We have to at least talk about it. I don't know. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Bars.